श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदाहृति श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षण इत्युक्तयोगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवानीतिर्मतिर्मम। So Acharya Anugraham, by the divine blessings of CFPati Sriman Narayana, we are able to at least get to look at the ocean, the vastness and the immeasurable, beautiful, majestic, divine ocean of Srimad Bhagavad-gita from the shores. We are able to enjoy the ocean from the shore. At least I can show with my hand, this is the ocean. So you and I can look at the ocean and enjoy. Try to touch the waters with our hand or leg, that's all. Of course, you would be interested to get into it, go into the depths, pick up some few pearls whenever time permits, and get to know from acharyas, from the commentaries, the wonderful, the nuances, the inner secrets, the ragasyams of Srimad Bhagavad-gita. It's actually a way of life, how we should conduct our life in order to be peaceful, in order to be efficient and excellent in all our endeavors, as well as be unattached to the result of our activities, so that if something good comes, just look at it, not jump with joy and go upside down and get so excited, ecstatic, or even if it doesn't come as expected, get depressed, nothing comes in my way. All that, both sukham and dukkham, happiness and sorrow, can be taken without any bias. So all that we can pick up from the Srimad Bhagavad-gita. So we saw the 4th chapter and we saw the summary last week. So we will go through few slokas and then look at the benefit of reciting this 4th chapter. So we saw that Bhagavan clearly instructed that all persons will not qualify for Jnana Yoga in the previous chapter, 3rd chapter, at the very beginning. So even if one is eligible to practice Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga is far superior when compared to Jnana Yoga, because it has to be done with the conviction that I am not the doer. The action is not under my control, and I am also not connected with the result of the action. And that one who is well known as a person in the society, as a respected person, as a venerable person who practice Karma Yoga, then for the welfare of the world, everybody would follow him. Everybody would look up to him and follow the Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is for the humanity. In the 4th chapter, he states that Karma Yoga was taught at the beginning of the Manvantara for universal welfare. That Karma Yoga should include Jnanam, discipline of action, and knowledge. Karma Yoga should include Jnanam, and the knowledge aspect is crucial in Karma Yoga. And what is the Jnanam? About his incarnation. So he also touched upon the glory of his incarnation, the avatarams. So in the 3rd slokam, he says, Sa evayam maya dedya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me saka cheti Ragasyam hetatuttamam. Hetatuttamam, he says, Hey Arjuna, Karma Yoga taught to you now is capable of giving undecaying result, never diminishing result. This has not been imparted only to you or just to fool you, maneuver you to fight. Don't think so. At the very beginning of the Manmantra, I taught this to Vivaswan, to Surya, for the welfare of the entire universe. Then the Surya taught to his son, Vaivaswata Manu. And Manu imparted the same to Ikshvaku. The royal sages like Ashwapati, Janaka, Ambarisha, they all learnt and practiced this Karma Yoga, handed down across the generations. So due to the long time that elapsed with the diminishing intellect of the recipient, it has been almost lost, Karma Yoga. Knowing my glory as declared in the Upanishads, in the Brahma Sutra, you have devotion for me, seeing my accessibility in this incarnation. I am easily accessible to you as Krishna. You are loving and faithful to me. So you have sought refuge in me. So, hence I have taught you the same beginningless Karma Yoga now. This being the highest secret to be found in the Vedanta. Me alone can now impart and teach this to you. So, Bhagavan says, it has been lost over the generations. And then of course, he mentions in the 7th slokam, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujam yaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. 7th and 8th slokam, he mentions this. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Hey Bharata, was the Sion, the lineage of Bharata dynasty. Yada yada hi dharmasya, whenever there is my incarnation is not restricted by time. Because Arjuna was wondering, how come you taught to me? You taught to Surya. You as Krishna. Were you there 28 Chaturyugams back? And he wanted to actually know about the secrets, the Ragasyams of the Avatar. So the Avatar Ragasyam is being declared and exposed by Krishna to Arjuna. His Avataram is different from our taking birth. My descent is not restricted by time. Whenever the duties sanctioned by the Sastrams, by the Vedanta, by the scriptures, for the 4 classes of people and for the 4 stages of life, like Brahmacharyam, Grahastham, Vanaprastham, Sannyas. And whenever it suffers a decline in Dharma, whenever there is an unrighteousness, the adharmam is on the increase. At all those times, I incarnate. I take avatar. Avatar means jumping down from the up. Avataram, Gudipada, means he jumps down from the Paramapada on the earth for us, easily accessible, easily available. So, unlike the jivas, whose papams and punyams ripen to affect our births, Bhagavan's avataram is not like that. He is not conditioned by time. As he is not tainted by karma, there are no self-imposed time constraints for him to take avatar. Nor there are any restraints, kalpam, manvantaram, yugam, like that. So only his avataram can take place whenever there is a declining dharma. Whenever there is an adharma which he cannot accept. And then he says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrita dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yuge yuge, in every yugam, I incarnate for establishing fully the highest dharma, to protect the sadhus, to protect the devotees, like Prahlada, like Gajendra, like Panchapandavas, like Vibhishana, to protect the devas, to destroy the evildoers, the wicked, the enemies, those who are adharmic. So we may say there is so much of adharmam now. I see. Why is he not appearing? One, he has appeared as Archavataram in the temple. Two, he has appeared as Acharyas. Three, he would appear in a form to walk amongst us and to converse with us, for us to hug him, talk to him, speak to him, listen to him. Only if there is a Gajendra or a Draupadi or a Prahlada of such exalted devotee. Obviously, we don't fall at all into that category. We are all Veshadaris. We are all having Hiranyakashipus and Ravanas within ourselves. And there is hardly any dharmic tendency in us. If it is there, then 99% of adharma is within us to control, to subdue that dharmic, sattvic nature. So he says to protect the sadhus and to destroy the wicked and to re-establish the dharma. I manifest myself in every yuga. One of the kids used to ask me, that means does he appear in every Chaturyuga? Like Rama appears in this yuga, in Dwapara Yugam Krishna appears. If that is so, then every Chaturyugam do all the avatars appear again and again. Obviously so. That is why we see in one yugam we have different story. In the other yugam we have some other story of Rama or Krishna or Varaha, whatever. So in one Chaturyugam it could have happened. In the other Chaturyugam he would act slightly different. Like people who go and play, who do drama in various villages. There at the time, at the situations, circumstances, they may slightly tweak the scenes. But the overall story and the plot, everything is the same. So, Bhagavan is a Sarveshwara. Though he permeates inside and outside of everything and everyone as a Vibhu, he is there everywhere. He is there Sarvajnan, Sarvashaktan, Sarveshwaran. Antarbahis Chatat Sarva Vyapya Narayana Stitaha. Narayana means the one who has manifested and inside and outside of everything and everyone. There is no place in which he is not there. There is no one in which he is not there. There is nothing in which they do not exist in him. If that is the case, why does he have to take avatar? This is for us to enjoy his divine pastimes, his divine leelas, his divine stories, his divine upadesams. He is so compassionate, personified. So, that is why it is all his sport. He says in the 9th sloka, Janma karma cha me divyam yo vetti tatvataha yevam yo vetti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Janma karma cha me divyam. His janmam, his karmam is all divyam, divine, wonderful, transcendental. Arjuna, my birth, my avataram is extraordinary. My body is aprakritam, suddha sattvam. Is not like our body, which is made of the 5 elements. It is made of non-material stuff. Perimal's body. My sportive deeds, my divya leela, the butter thief incident, or the killing of Putana, Shakatasuran, and Gopika Gitams, Kalinga Nardhanam, Rama's pastimes. The Sita has been abducted. He is enjoying the fruit from Shabari. He gives moksham to Jatayu. He grants abhayam to Vibhishana. But he says, I am Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dasaradatmajam. I am only a mere son of Dasharatha. I am a human being. When Sita entered into the fire and the Agni Devata offered Sita chaste, completely pativrata to Rama, and the Devas and the Dasharatha and everybody appeared in the sky, they said, you are Sakshat Vishnu, please take Sita. He said, no, I am only a son of Dasharatha, Atmanam Manusham Manye. He gives such an acting. But he is the one who granted moksham to Jatayu. He is the one who was a Sabari Moksha Sakshi Bhuta. He is the one who made Vibhishana the king even before crossing the ocean. How? Kurattalvan is asking, where did that Atmana Manusham Manya acting became? When you gave moksham to Jatayu, when you gave Vibhishana Patabhishek, when you told Sugriva, even my fingernails are enough to kill Asuras, Rakshasas. If you people do not want to accept Vibhishana, fine with me. My 10 fingernails are enough. Thinking of his Narsimha Avatar. I don't need your support, help, he told Sugriva. Because he wanted to give Abhayam to Vibhishana, who has performed Sharanagati. So when somebody performs Sharanagati, he forgets his avataram, that he is an ordinary human being. When somebody performs Sharanagati, he jumps onto the Kalinga and starts dancing. So, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, in order to enjoy these divine sportive deeds, he takes avatar. Otherwise, he can simply, with his Sankalpam, kill the Asuras from Sri Vaikuntham. Because he is there everywhere. Why can't he just create a heart attack for Ravana and fall down, make him fall? Why doesn't he create a brain hemorrhage and ask him to just fall dead, drop dead? He could have done it. Because today we would be enjoying the Rama Ravana Yuddham, Vibhishana Patabhishekam, and get benefited by reciting that. Today we are enjoying the Bhagavad Gita because it came from the Jyoti Vaya of Krishna. So all these things because of these Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Then in the 11th slokam, he mentions, Ye yata mam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvashaha. What a wonderful slokam. By describing how Bhagavan takes avataram in the form of human being or animals by his own free will in order to protect the sadhus, his quality for easily saulabhyam, accessibility, needed for worshipping him, for performing aradhanam to him, was touched upon. In order to enable us to perform Trivaradhanam, to worship, to be devoted, he takes these avatars. In this slokam, he says, the mature manifestation of this quality of accessibility is described. Ye yatamam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham. Hey Arjuna, by incarnating as human being, as a man, as a Nrisimha, as a Varaha, as a Matsya, as a Kurma, as Deva, I protect those who seek shelter in me in many ways. Not only that, whoever desires me in whichever manner, as husband or as a Dutan or as a friend, as a divine boar, as a Nrisimha, I appear as they wish me to be appearing. So, Tamaruganda de Muruvam Avuruvam Tane, Poyayalva said, whatever form that we want him to come, he comes. There was one Acharya, Nanjiya. He used to have a small Krishna Vigraha. And he used to worship Trivaradhanam for his Vigraha in his Perumal Sannidhi. And he bought a small Shalangai for Krishna. And he adorned the Krishna's leg, the ankle, with that Shalangai. And he said, Shalangai Alaga for you. And he enjoyed that. And he offered butter, venna for Krishna. Next day morning, his neighbor came to him and he said, yesterday, Swami, I had a dream, and Lord Krishna appeared with butter in his mouth. And I asked him, who are you? You seem familiar, because in the dream he did not know. So he asked, who are you? You look familiar. He said, my name is Salangai Alagan. Because Nanjiyar had named him Salangai Alagan. He took so pride in that being called so. And he went and told the neighbors that I am Salangai Alagan, as named by Swami. So he says, whatever form that you want, whatever name that you wish to call me, I would appear in that form. What a beautiful Saulabhyan he is. And then he says, Chaturvanyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasaha tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyaya. He says, Chaturvanya, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, the 4 classes. And this is made based upon the birth because of their karma. And nothing is higher or lower here. They are made based on the karma, based on their duties, based on their birth, which they are supposed to do. Brahmins mean they have to recite Vedas, they have to do the rituals, they have to perform Yaga Yajna, they have to perform Tiruvaradana, they have to do worshipping for the sake of humanity, for the community, for Lokas Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, for everybody's welfare. And they used to do those days. Nowadays, no Brahmin, no Kshatriya, no Vaishya, no Shudra, they don't do their respective duties. Everybody is a worker. So, the quality of that, of those, it should not be looked up or looked down. It is all based on karma. And if they do their work in a righteous manner, in a dharmic manner, as instructed to them, as per their birth. For example, if you are born to do Trikala Sandhya Vandanam, you should do. You should do minimum Trikala Sandhya Vandanam. And if you not do and do everything else, he says, no, struck out. So, Chaturvarnyam covers all the being, from Chaturmukha Brahma to the blade of grass. Does Bhagavan create this? No. It is based on the karma. So, he said the self is embodied in that body. The Atma is the same in all Jivatmas. Is the same. So, it is, on this account, it is possible to think of Bhagavan as partial and without compassion. No. In the creation, there is no room for any partiality. No such differences when there is a creation based on the karma. And then, of course, he mentions in the 15th slokam, Yevam nyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi guru karmaiva tasmatvam purvai purvataram kritam. Many of our ancient forefathers who aspired for moksha knew, as I explained earlier, that I am the author of the creation. I am the one who creates, destroys and sustains. And the differences in the Atmas, in the body, are due to their karma. And I do not cause those differences. They know. Thereby, they are freed from the sins inimical to karma yoga. From the papam, because of their performance of karma yoga, they are able to visualize the self, the jivatma. They are able to visualize the indweller, the antaratma, and they are able to be devoted to me, which we will see after the 7th chapter. So, this was performed by Janaka, Vivashwan, Manu, and everybody. So, like that, he goes on to explain these one after the other. And then we see that in the 40th slokam, 40, he says, Ajñascha strattadhanascha samshayatma vinashyati nayam lokosti na paro nasukam samshayatmanaha. One who has not acquired the jivatma, that it is different from the body. through the teachings of the preceptor, through the Acharya. Because in the slokam, where in 34th slokam, he says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Tad vidhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya. You are seated, Arjuna, in the upper seat, and I am the chauffeur. I am on the lower seat of the chariot, and you are learning from me, who is sitting down, and you are in the top, like we used to have in the college. The lecturer is on the low ground, and it is a gallery, and we are all sitting in the up, and we look at him, we look down at him, and he gives a lecture. It should not be so. The Acharya should be on the pedestal, on the altar, on the chair, on a seat, and we should be sitting on the ground. We should prostrate at his feet. Tadvidhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevyaya upadeshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. From those great persons, from the Acharya, that knowledge of the Jivatma, by prostrating, by questioning him with humility, humbly, by serving him, by doing kainkaryam to them, they have acquired knowledge of the Vedanta, of the Shastras. They have had a direct vision of the reality of the Lord. And the knowledge you require, they will impart. And that is what he says in the 40th slokam. One who has not acquired the knowledge of the Jivatma should approach the Acharya who has acquired that knowledge. And one who has a doubting mind, the doubting Thomases, would not be able to learn. You should be having firm conviction and unflinching, unconditional faith that the Acharya will impart me the knowledge. You should not say, how does the Acharya know? He is also like me. How will he know? He also eats, he also sleeps, he looks to be the human being. No doubt, Acharya has realized he may look like us, but he has already learned from the scripture, from his Acharya. So, if you are doubting, where is the question of liberation? He is asking. Nayam lokosti na paro na sukam samshayatmanaga. If you are having samshaya, suspicion, doubting Thomases, would not be able to learn. And then he says, Tasmad ajnana sambhutam hridstam jnanasinatmanaha chitvainam samshayam yogam adishtotishta bharata. O Bharata, O descendant of Bharata lineage, lack of distinguishing knowledge is the cause of doubt. Lack of knowledge. You should be able to distinguish between the self and the body. There is lack of clarity. A person gets into doubt whether the animal is a horse or a donkey because he lacks the knowledge of both the horse and the donkey. If you learn what is a body, what is an Atma, Atma is full of jnana, jnana swarup. Body is only made up of matter, the Panchabhutams, and there is no way that they are equal. If you understand that clearly, and if you learn from the Acharya, bona fide Sadguru, Sadacharya, then all ignorance will vanish. So cutting down the tree of doubt with the sword of clear jnana, with the katti, with the sword of clear jnana, perform karma yoga. Do your duties as a husband, as a wife, as a householder, as a student, as a teacher, as a worker. Whatever that you are supposed to do, perform that without attaching yourself to the fruits of the action, knowing fully well that you are only an Atma who is performing with the aid, with the influence, with the tools as the body. And whatever that comes, good or bad, punya or papa, only the Atma is going to enjoy, but it is an arpanam, samarpanam to the Lord, Paramatma, the indweller. I'm not going to be attached too much. So, with that, you will attain excellence. Of course, the benefit of this wonderful story, Bhagavan described the glory of chapter 4 to goddess Lakshmi. And by the grace of the divine couple, Lord Shiva learnt that what Bhagavan had taught Lakshmi, and he imparts that glory of the 4th chapter to Parvati. So Bhagavan said to Devataigan, the girls from the Devalokam, whose bodies turned into red cherry trees. They say jujubi, jujubi, red cherry. And they became the trees, red cherry trees, due to shapa, due to a curse. And they were freed of the curse because of the 4th chapter. Oh, is that so? Tell me how. Bhagavan said there is a place called Varanasi, Kashi, on the banks of the Ganges. A devotee named Bharata. He lived there. He had his mind fully under control. He used to meditate and recite the 4th chapter always. He knew by heart the 4th chapter, meditating on the Jivatma always. He was daily chanting the 4th chapter, even while walking or going to sleep or take rest, he would recite. Once he was walking, and there he wanted to take rest under the 2 trees, which are these 2 trees. Those girls were cursed into these 2 trees. So he took rest there, and he started reciting the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita there. And then he took rest, and then he started going towards his place. After about 6-7 years, he came back to the same route. He walked back after 7 years of staying. That time, in the same place, he saw 2 young girls of 7 years old who came to him, prostrated at him, and said, "We are who we are because of you, Swami." He was surprised. I never came this side for the past 6-7 years, and I've never seen you. Who are you? And those girls said, "Due to your blessings, we were rid of the life we had as a tree, and took birth as Brahmin girls. Further, due to your greatness, now we are going to end this birth as these girls of this Brahminhood, and we are going to attain our natural state of being Apsaras trees in Devaloka." Why did you get that? Why did you live as trees? Why were you born? So they said, there is a holy place called Chinnapapam, on the banks of the river Godavari. And there was a Brahmin by name Satyapas. So Satya Tapas. He was engaged in tapas, immense penance. So when he was doing penance, in summer he was performing tapas in the midst of the fire. Surrounding the fire, in between, he used to perform tapas. In the rain, he used to perform tapas. In winter, in Margazhi Masam, also he used to perform tapas. So he was completely disinterested in everything about the body, and he was enjoying the self. But Devendra was so scared that his position is at stake. He was jealous of this guy. He thought he would take over the Devendra's position. So he sent the Devalokas trees in order to entice him and seduce him, to distract him. And he was never perturbed. And when they tried to dance with the salangais and all that, singing, he opened his eyes and they disturbed his penance. So he cursed them to become the trees because his penance was disturbed. And they sought his forgiveness. They apologized. He said, "We were only messengers. We were only tools, instruments from Devendra. Please give us the shapa vimochan, how to get rid of the papa." He said, "Never mind. There will be a sage who would take rest under these trees by name Bharata in the future, and he would recite the chapter 4 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and then you would be born as young girls, and at your age 7 he would pass by and you would be freed of that birth, human birth, and would attain back to the Devaloka. So Bharata was much surprised by all this. He instructed them, he taught them on the 4th chapter then and there. And all those 2 girls turned into celestial Devalokas 3 once again. So Bharata started to chant daily the 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Thereafter, with even more evolved, more interest, greater involvement. So this was narrated by Bhagavan Sriman Narayana to Lakshmi, and Lord Shiva reproduced the story to Parvati, and I just copy paste to all of you. Adiyan Dhanyosmi. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Namo Narayana.